Oh, Lord. My legs hurt. Sorry, y'all, that's all I could pee. Oh, Jesus. So, some of y'all are probably wondering why I keep doing these tests. Well, let's just say I have lived, hold on, I'll wait till the toilet stops going. I have lived many, many, many years of my life with people saying things that weren't true, simply because they wanted to take my kids from me. It was a scheme created by Demetrius way back when, and people just got involved in it. The moment that somebody got mad in the family, or a friend didn't like me, or we had a disagreement that we couldn't talk about like normal people, they'd go straight to, she's on drugs. It gets so exhausting. Having somebody look you in the face, not being able to express their emotions and say, this is how I feel. This is how I feel about a situation. I didn't like your behavior. How do you feel? Hey, maybe we should come to a solution. Instead, it was constant, she's on drugs. I don't like her, she's on drugs. And so I do these videos for my kids because I don't want that to be my legacy. Although I'm not with them right now and they're with their fathers, I don't want my kids' heads filled with lies. This is solely for that purpose. I don't want them growing up thinking, well, if something happened to my mom, then it had to be because of what everybody said. It had to be because of drugs. No. It's not. It's because people failed to be human beings, regular, normal, kind human beings that communicate. That's simply what it was. And I'm not saying anything's going to happen, but I want them to know that that is not the reason. I can't sit there. I mean, they're young. I don't want to sit there and say, oh, well, talk about drugs all day. Like, I don't want that to be our, because that's been like 10 years of my life, right? Like, instead of being able to express my emotions and have normal conversations, most of my life has been people staring me in the eye and saying, you're on drugs, or thinking it, and never really truly getting to know me, treating me like a human being. It felt like everybody was just like this private detective who came into my life and said, yep, you're on drugs. I'm only here to find out if you're on drugs. Like, who enjoys life that way? So this is for my kids. I keep it extremely PG. Maybe one day I can build meaningful, truthful relationships that don't revolve around if Ashley is clean or not. I make a mistake in my life for 7 months of my life, and then all of a sudden that's my legacy. I don't believe it is. And I won't let it be. Mind you, that mistake was like when I really let it affect me, when I really let it take me out, when I let it destroy my life, when I made terrible life decisions. And that was in 2015, almost 10 years ago, when something like that happened. And, I had a friend named Hector. He said, I never thought that you'd get clean. He's like, every person that I've met that's on drugs, they would go back out. And, well, mind you, I believe in God, and I had that established before I ever turned to drugs. And I was the one who strayed from God. Right? So God took his hand off of me and said, you make your own decisions. He allows us to make our own mistakes. But when I came back to repent, it didn't mean that my life was going to be perfect after that. It didn't mean I'd never make mistakes. What it meant is that I'm deciding to revert back to my old ways prior to 10 years ago in 2015. When I knew God, when I allowed him to control my emotions, my life, and my decisions. And so I know God sees everything. And I'm not here to fool anybody. But that's how I feel. I want real, meaningful friendships instead of private detectives in my life to go run back and tell Demetrius something, In fact, that's a lot of stalking people do. And it's invasive, and it makes you want to isolate, and like, why try, But then I have to realize that not everybody's like that. I have to remind myself that not everybody is out to get me, because although there's some people that are helping Demetrius in this whole sense, there are some people that don't agree. Reminder, 2 lines is negative. It's not a pregnancy test. God bless you.